Hey guys, today just sharing a little bit of the birds that we've been flying. This is part of my young bird team. Uh, his name is Sunjata, and he's been my first bird 3 races in a row. Even when it's tough, hits the tough, he is always there. Uh, he's been bred out of some Ludoklassen from Golden Wheaton, and he's bred from some Australian birds from some Gudger. He's tough, and don't let the color scare you. I'm more of a blue bar guy, but this is like an indigo red bar splash, and he's turned into my better bird this year. So you don't never know. Don't say no to color. Color's fun, and color wins. Hi guys, today we are at an incredible episode 4. Episode 4 sounds like not much, but for us it's a lot. Please like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll keep creating this content. The more you like, the more you subscribe, the more content we can put up. So thank you, go do it. Today we're going to have a really important subject. This subject is how to train your young bird team, how to become successful in young birds. It all starts from the cradle. The cradle is very important. You make sure that your old birds are your best birds, like we talked in the last episode, how to select your breeders. You're going to breed from your younger birds. You don't want your old birds breeding your young team, because they will lack a little of vitality. We're talking here about birds from 7 years down. They all have results. They all have your pairs are ready to go. You start with those. Remember, the younger your breeding stock is, the more vitality they're going to transmit. Make sure that they have everything adequate, so your young birds are going to be growing fat. They're going to be growing with energy. They're going to be growing with everything they need. So from the nest, they're not lacking anything. Good diet, grit, minerals, vitamins, key, and your stock young, so they can transmit. Now once you have that, we will be ready to go. The bird is going to have an incubation period of 17 days. Pair all your pairs together at the same time, so you have in 17 days a whole little group going. How many birds do you need to be successful in young birds? You don't need many. You need just the right ones. How do you know the right ones? Well, probably check your loft. Your loft is very important. Your loft should always be facing south. Why south? Because of the sun and the wind and all the conditions that come from the south. The birds want to land in there, and they stay healthier. Now, you have lots of states that are very cold, some states that are very hot. Make sure your loft is always well ventilated and has 0 humidity. Humidity is a killer for your young birds. It promotes disease, and you're going to get sickness inevitably. Take that into consideration. Once you have that going, you have your breeders selected, you have your loft that's adequate. Okay, how many birds? You cannot overcrowd your young bird loft, or else you'll get disease and they'll call themselves. They'll self-select themselves until they get to the right number. Right number, I don't know. It depends on your loft and what you feel you have time to handle, because the young birds require a lot of time. Once you have that, you get your first round of birds. Let's say you get 25, 30 birds. Those birds have to start school. They're in kindergarten. They're babies. So they're going to start kindergarten. You're going to teach them first, where do they live, how to get there, how to come back, how to trap fast. That's the main thing. You do not wait for the second round, because once you wait for the second round, these birds are too strong. And if they want to go out, they're probably going to be going up, blowing up, and going all directions. Some of them will come back, but some of them will get lost. Young birds, is very important that you get them going as soon as their body allows them. So get them out, let them be in tune with their surroundings, let them know this is their trap, this is where they're going to be coming in. Always adequate food. Again, minerals are very important. The kind of grit you use is very important. And always vitamins. They're growing, their feathers are growing. Make sure you use a high protein diet at that point, because feathers are made of keratin, it's a protein. It sucks lots of protein from them. So high protein there. Once you get them going and they're flying, probably your next run is going to come in. Make sure you don't overcrowd them. Make sure that your loft is probably 3 square feet per bird. That's kind of like the rule, 3 square feet per bird. Once you have your 3 square feet per rule, you can do 1 round, 2 rounds, or 3 rounds. Depends, again, on your time and on the size of your loft. Smaller lofts, smaller teams. The smaller your team is, the more attention you can provide to it. I've flown birds, I've flown 200 birds at a time, and I've flown 25 birds at a time. I enjoy flying 25 better than I did 200, and it didn't make me results better. I was more focused on the 25 than I was on the 200. You couldn't really focus that much. So let's say you have them flying, you keep them flying, because there's another aspect that they're going to be going through, and that's the molt. Depends on where you fly. If the days are short, if the days are long. I don't use any system. I don't use the light system. I don't use the dark system. I don't want the birds played with their minds. I want them to go natural. So I know that in my region, we have longer days. So I don't pull feathers. I don't cut feathers. I let them go natural, but they're breeding in the early part. They're in their loft by mid-January. Mid-January, they start to develop. Don't force them too much. Don't start exercising too much, because remember, they're growing up. They're changing feathers. Take them little by little. Once you have your 2 teams or 3 teams or what you're going to be flying, lock your loft. Nothing comes in, nothing goes up. That's the number you're going to fly with. You're getting your birds, your second run out. It goes through the same process of your first bird run out, and then they're all together. They're flying in the sky. Do not force them to fly. If they can't fly, you have something wrong. Birds love to fly from nature. So if they're going out and they're flying 45 minutes, an hour, over an hour, you know your birds are fine. If your birds go out and they don't want to fly at all, you know you have a problem. Consult a veterinarian, consult a friend, because that's where something's going wrong. But let them grow up. Let them molt. Let them build themselves. At some point when they're flying, you're going to see that they'll start disappearing. That's called routing. Your flock just takes off. And they route that way, and 30 minutes later, you'll see them coming from this way. They are ready to be started on the road. Now, you have to be conscious that these are babies. They have 0 training. So you start slow. You start 1 or 3 miles. They come back. Give them 3 or 4 tosses there. They come back. And progressively, you take them. Don't ask them to fly 10 miles and then 50, because they're going to get lost. You know, you take them 3 miles, you take them 5 miles, you take them 10 miles, you take them 15, and have the patience to do that little by little. Once you get to your 80 to 100 miles, you just repeat that, and your birds are going to fly whatever you ask them to fly. Again, we don't medicate a lot. We medicate once they start routing. That's where you want to do it. You treat your whole flock with 5-in-1, with something that's going to just prevent disease from happening, and that's it. That's it for the whole season. You go through that medication, you go through that treatment. It's usually 5 days. You let them rest the next week. You give them probiotics, and you're pure dedicated to training. Just train. Make sure that the loft is happy. The birds don't want to really come back to a dirty loft. They don't want to come back to an overcrowded loft. They don't want to come back to a loft where they're going to be fighting for positions. They want to come back to a place that there's home, that they feel happy being at. So once you get them, let's say, to the 80 mile, don't go past that. You don't need to. You don't need to. Just keep them at that, bring them back, fly 80 to 100 maybe 3 times, then bring them back to 50. And 50 is going to be their magic number. That's where you're going to be training, and that's how you're going to be flying. Races come in, they go to their first race. You see result coming in. You should get, if you're flying 25 birds, you should get maybe a drop of 5, 10 if it's doing really good. After that, you start providing, you are racing on Sundays, basketing on Saturdays. Monday is just play day. Monday, open up the loft, let them go out, put a bathtub in there. They're just baiting, they're playing all day long. You don't lock them up. Just let them play. They're loosening up their muscles. They're relaxing. They are just getting back into shape for what's to come. Tuesday, loft fly. Wednesday, 50 miles. Thursday, 50 miles. Friday, nothing. Just their nice food, clean water, quiet loft, let them be. Saturday, same thing in the mornings, and then afternoon is basketing. If you follow this routine, on Sunday, come and race, your birds are well trained, but they're also well rested, and they will come in like banshees. They will start fighting for their positions in their loft. They will come in and be happy to do so. So for now, that is something you want to consider is adequate exercise and adequate rest. And do not over-medicate. Only medicate when you have a problem. Don't medicate for problems that don't exist. You have the distances going forward, so it's logic that your birds get more tired as they fly more kilometers or more miles. So you have to increase their rest before you go to the 300s. Maybe they're resting the day of the race, which is Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And then Wednesday is their play date. Wednesday they get their water tub, they start to relax, to lose that lactic acid, and then maybe you don't need 2 or 3 tosses, 1 toss 2 days before the race, and you're good. And never more than 50 miles. If you think your birds are still tired, take them 30 miles. Rest them Friday, rest them Saturday, and go to race. You'll see really good results with that. For our next episode, we're going to be talking about how to fly old birds, which is totally different than young birds. Young birds fly natural. Young birds fly for the love of the loft. Old birds are going to fly in motivation. And next episode, we're going to be talking about how to put some good motivation and how to fly your old birds to be successful. I just want to introduce myself. My name is Carlos Avitia. I've been flying birds for 46 years now. I'm a veterinarian. I've been involved with the birds nonstop 46 years. At this point in our life, we have Tres Coronas Ranch, which is a ranch in California that dedicates itself to breeding and flying pigeons, and the 300 race that I do with my friend Robert Matthews. We're excited about our projects. We're excited about the One Loft. Check it out. It's always a wing companion. Thank you guys. Keep on flying birds.